Right, so in this question we've got an index error. So if we're correcting our sextant altitude, we're going to apply that index error of 0.6. Because it's off, we're going to add it on. So the observed altitude is 18 degrees 13.6. Our dip is 10 meters again, so let's just remind ourselves. If we go back to that table at the front of the almanac, read down the height of eye column. Between 9.9 and 10.3 is your 10 meter height of eye, so your correction again is going to be minus 5.6. which is going to give you 80 degrees 8.0. And then the next step is finding the total correction, and this is a little bit different from the previous one we did. So when we did Polaris, we used this middle column, but now because we've used the sun, it's this column on the left. And there are a couple of things to think about. One of them is which limb are you using of the sun. By far the most common limb would be the lower limb. You might potentially have to do an upper limb observation if there's cloud or something obscuring the lower one. But ultimately your corrections for the lower limb that we're going to be using in this case are the ones in the centre of the columns. The other thing is you've got some ranges of months there, so October to March, April to September. We're in October, so we're in this left hand set of corrections. Down the left hand side you've got your apparent altitude, and then obviously from within those ranges you can read off your corrections. We'll struggle through, I guess. Oh, okay. So 80 degrees 08.0, October to March, lower limb. If we read down this column, you're actually between 76.26 and 83.05, which means your correction is 16 minutes, and you're going to add that on because that's actually what the sign says in the almanac. You're going to add 16.0. You'll notice all of the lower limb ones are plus and all of the upper limb ones are minus. This correction actually includes a correction of the altitude to the centre of the sun as well. So that's why all of the lower limb ones are positive. But for the most part, total corrections are subtracted as they are for stars and planets. But the lower limb sun ones are all added. So that will give you a true altitude of 80 degrees 24.0.